fast and bulbous.
That's right, the mascara snake. Fast and bulbous.
Online lead conversion, always a challenge, right?
Always.
Ryan?
It is. It's a bottleneck.
Get leads like crazy, but converting them, there's a lot of different ways to do that. Carl White also has his ways of doing it, which are very clever.
Always out of the box.
Always out of the box, and he's got an ongoing webinar series where you can learn all about it. So if you're having trouble converting your online leads, check him out. Click this banner you see right here over on your right. Might have to scroll down a little bit, but he can help you out.
It's interesting. You were just talking about a Coldwell Banker real estate company who was down in Florida, I believe. Yes. You ran into them at Inman.
Yep.
And they're using our listing booster leads. And
they are.
Just give me a little brief on that.
Well, they've been using for about a year and a half, something like that. And the guy came up to me and he says, "I love your product. Our company uses it." Now they're a real estate company. They buy it for themselves. They've got a couple hundred agents. They got 2 accounts, a couple hundred agents. And he says, "We love it so much. We've generated like 20,000 leads." And of course, they go immediately into their CRM system, so they drop right from Booster directly into their CRM. So those leads are getting dripped on for a period of time. He says, "We're converting like crazy. We're converting leads today that went in a year ago."
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
We've been talking about that for a long time. You know, when somebody makes their home buying intentions known, it could be day one. They couldn't have listed their house. There's an opportunity for you.
Right.
And it could take 6 months to get your act together, to get your house sold.
Sure.
I mean, so a year is not that surprising.
No.
So how was Inman? It was good?
It was really cool, man. It was big, huge, a lot of people there. It was great. They did a great job, and I definitely want to go to another Inman again.
I got to tell you, so I just sat down and watched that Brad Inman, Gary Keller interview.
Right.
And Gary Keller was talking about the future of real estate as he saw it, and he was talking about there's 2 types of companies out there, ones that support agents and ones that don't. Now, you know that we have not been a huge fan of what Gary Keller's done with Keller Mortgage, and he understands that.
The mortgage side.
The mortgage side of it.
Right.
But he was talking about real estate companies like Trulia, Redfin, Zillow, Purple Bricks,
whatever, yeah.
And his contention is that if those companies could do away with real estate agents, they wouldn't. If they tell you otherwise, they're lying to you. What do you think about that?
Let me kill this phone, and then I'll tell you exactly what I think about that.
What do you think about that?
I think he's probably right.
I mean, so too.
Yeah, these companies want to step into the real estate business, treat it as a commodity, right? Remove the agent and make the money on their own. And if they do that, they can do it at a much smaller margin because they've got the volume, right? And it's all automated.
Because these companies are marginalizing the commissions that the agents are getting, which if you saw my show yesterday, I drew the exact same conclusion that you get these companies they're infiltrating the real estate industry, and what they're doing is they're chipping off a piece of what the real estate agents make.
Right.
Now, you could say it's not necessarily in commissions, but it's in higher advertising costs and things like that. So It's a very, very interesting interview. You might want to just check it out by clicking on the banner down below.
Yeah, we'll put it down below. You can see the whole thing.
Okay, so Frank, what's the most expensive zip code in the state of California?
Something in San Francisco, I would imagine, or San Jose.
So here's the question, guys. How much money would you need to make in order to live in said zip code, the most expensive zip code in your state?
Interesting.
Now, what this allows us to really do when we see it all is highlight the disparity between the states, and it's actually pretty shocking.
Yeah.
For example, you would be wrong, Frank. The most expensive zip code in the country is Sagaponack, New York. I know I'm saying that wrong. Now, in order to live in that zip code, you would need to earn $853,738.
Really?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes. Now, you weren't too far off, because the most expensive zip code in the state of California is, well, probably the most famous. And you would need $692,388. That's Beverly Hills.
Right.
By the way, they just outpaced codes in the Silicon Valley by a little bit, which I thought would have been the highest.
Right, me too.
But it's still kind of surprising. Now, on the flip side of what the most expensive zip code is in the poorest of states, which state do you think that is, Frank?
I don't know. Mississippi?
Mississippi. I was thinking Mississippi or, Alaska or
West
Louisiana.
Virginia.
Yeah. Well, it'd be Madison, Mississippi, and that's 39110, and you only need to earn $84,322 to live comfortably there. Now keep in mind, but these are the most expensive zip codes and cities
in those
states.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's kind of interesting, guys. And once again, if you'd like to check this out and so you can see all the different states, feel free to click on the slideshow down below. It's actually pretty cool.
Okay, so this is interesting. We said how markets we visited and looked into are all seeing more inventory with price reductions, right? In the season where homes sell the most, being right now.
The hot market.
Meaning you'd expect the exact opposite.
Right.
Okay, now Brooklyn and Queens both had the largest number of available homes for June since 2008.
What happened in 2008, Frank?
There was kind of a crash, sort of a meltdown, kind of a catastrophe.
What? No.
Some massive global transformation in housing and real estate.
A little bit of hysteria and that type of a thing right now. Now, this is according to Street Easy. Now, inventory in Manhattan hasn't been this high since 2011.
Wow.
It again begs the question, anomaly or is this a trend?
Well, now we're seeing the most expensive markets on both coasts. They also have the most regulation, which means people are trying to run out to states that are a little bit more business friendly.
Sure.
But I think at this point, I'm going to say that it's more of a trend. But I want to know what you guys think down below.
Well, when you add that, Fed Chair Jerome Powell said before the Senate Banking Committee, the housing industry simply isn't the economic driver that it once was and actually doesn't have much pull in monetary policy decision making. Meaning our tight inventory and high prices will not be taken into consideration for the rate hikes that are expected before the end of the year. This is a Barry call for sure coming up next week.
Oh, this is totally crazy. Now think about it. The housing industry isn't that big of a factor. That goes back to your 2008 thing that we were talking about just a second ago.
Right.
And this is a position that Donald Trump, our president, has come out and criticized. A move criticizing the Fed that presidents in the past years have not done. I guess nothing's really changed there, right? That's not surprising.
Right, so again, all indicators are that there's no relief on the horizon for the housing market as of now.
Which means you guys all just we've said it before, you need to double down and work harder because 2018 and 19, guys, it all looks like it's shaping up to be a tough year, so you got to be a smart marketer in what you do. And oh, by the way, hey, did you hear this, Frank?
What?
Just like the CFPB, and just like we called it.
You called it.
Well, I did call it. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals just ruled that the FHFA structure violates Article 2 of the Constitution, and its solution is to make it easier for the president to remove the director. However, even though they've been declared unconstitutional in how they're made up, it's also been declared that the government acted under statutory authority and did not break the law when it sweeps all of Fannie and all of Freddie's money.
Wow.
So, yes, the structure of FHFA and being in conservatorship is unconstitutional, but no, you ain't getting squat back.
So the shareholders are still screwed
Totally.
no matter what.
Absolutely.
Wow. So, how's this possible? Let's see. Who passes the laws of our land?
Hold on, I got this, Frank. Who passes the laws of our land? It would be Congress.
Yes! So when Congress changed the terms of conservatorship in midstream, they could because it's Congress who makes the rules.
Yeah, they make the law, so they can just change any damn law, then it goes over to the courts and they say, well, you didn't break the law. That's a pretty convenient place to be in life, don't you think so?
Convenient, man. So too bad for the shareholders. It's really a shame.
Such is life, such is life. Hey, listen, guys, if you're meeting us for the first time, okay, just subscribe up above. We'll send it to you every day. We don't share your list with anybody else, so you're not going to get spammed. And if you watch us with any regularity and you like the show and you like it, do me a favor, share this with a couple of realtors or lenders out there because it really, really, really helps us out.
Yeah, and if you don't like us, send it to someone you don't like.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That'd be great. So you guys have a great day. We'll catch you here again soon at the National Real Estate Post.
Nice to see you again.
I know, it's good to be back.
Bye.
Adios.